Yeah, picked this up on, well, I didn't pick it up. I bought it off a friend who does scrap. Not my brother-in-law, someone else. I paid him £25 for it. It's a PS4 1200 with no power. The reason I know it's got no power is because he phoned me and he's like, oh, I got this PS4 that I've picked up on the scrap. Are you interested? I said, what PS4? He said, oh, it's the old one. I was like, yeah, all right then. I said, does it work? He said, I don't know. I said, well, test it then. So if it turns on, if it shows a blue light at all, I'll give you £40 for it. If it don't do anything at all, then I'll give you 25. And it didn't do anything at all, so I paid him £25 for it. But it's still got the warranty stickers on it and all of that stuff, so pretty sweet. But yeah, another scrap fine PS4. People seem to throw these out quite often, to be honest. I don't know why, but yeah, I'll just show you what's happening with it. I'll show you what's happening with it. I'll show you what's not happening with it. So we've got no power at all, like absolutely stone dead. And if I offer a disc up to it as well, it doesn't attempt to turn on. So I know this is a PS5 game, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm just offering up a disc. But yeah, it doesn't turn on at all. Let's see if I can figure it out. I've got a feeling it's probably going to be the power supply, to be honest. It's still got the warranty stickers on. Unlikely that they're going to be fake warranty stickers. Looks like, other than when it got chucked out, it looked like it was kept in fairly decent condition. So, yeah. No, they're fake. Oh look, there's a daddy long legs there. Actually, no, they might not be fake. It could be that it's been left outside. I don't know. Yeah, they're a bit soft, those stickers. I think it's probably liquid damage then because it's been outside. Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay. Whether you've got a simple project that requires a quick mod board or you want to launch your own products to the world, PCBWay can help. With fantastic pricing on multi-layer PCBs, flex PCBs, 3D printing and even laser cutting solutions, you're sure to get everything you need all in one place. Custom PCBs start from just $5 for a 1 to 2 layer board with a fast 24-hour build time and free shipping on orders over $30. PCBWay are also proud to announce their new aluminium PCBs which start at just $120 per square metre. Check out what PCBWay have to offer by clicking on the link in the video description or the top pinned comment and get your project started today. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to the repair. Oh, yeah, this has been left out a while. I think it's safe to say that power supply is a little bit screwed, don't you? Okay, well this is, other than that, this is immaculate. Like, absolutely immaculate. I think I need to break out the gloves for this. Soaking wet by the look of it. I mean, I've had this for a couple of weeks. It's probably dried out now. I got a feeling that this is gonna be the power supply. Wow. It's a little bit stuck together everywhere. This might not be fixable. Might not even get any savable parts off this, to be honest with you. There's no fucking hard drive. You mofo. Should have expected that, shouldn't I? Oh, fucking daddy long legs. Ha! Got him. Nah. I didn't kill it. Hey, at least I left the screw in there. I could have left the caddy in it with it. Yeah, I don't know if this has been liquid damage from being outside, because there's actual corrosion on it. So I think this might have actually been liquid damage and that's why it's been thrown out. I don't think this has been thrown out and then liquid damaged. It looks like someone's probably spilt a hell of a lot of liquid in there, thrown it out, and that's just added to the amount of rust in it. Because I'm seeing actual corrosion on it. Well, this should be fun. I mean, I don't think the case is going to be savable. Ooh. Yeah, there's all sorts growing on there, to be honest. Wonder how long this has been out there and what version it's on. Like what firmware version. Because other than the water damage, this housing was in fairly good condition. And there's no dust. And it's never been opened. So, how much has this actually been used? Wow, the thermal paste is also still pretty wet. I don't think this has been used that much. Well, the HDMI port's going to need changing. And by the look of it, the Ethernet port. But look at this, like, the actual housing, look, there's no dust in there at all. Not a single bit. And I don't care if you live in Buckingham Palace. Like, I mean, there's a bit of dust there. But I don't care if you live in Buckingham Palace, you're going to get dust. And that is freaking pristine. Like, look at the disk drive, no dust around it. Fan, no dust around it. Vent, no dust. It's absolutely pristine. It's like it's brand new. Honestly, it's almost like it's brand new. I mean, if it wasn't for the whole load of corrosion and rust. Yeah, you know what? That's virtually brand new, guys. Look at this fan. Look at this fan. That's barely been used. It's pristine. Heatsink, not a sign of dust. Well, a couple of teeny tiny bits here and there. Let's see what we're dealing with. So, all of this looks absolutely mint. We've got some rust around the HDMI port. Fine. I can change the HDMI port if I get it to turn on. And we've got a little bit of gunk around the audio port. We've got rust around the Wi-Fi, so that's probably going to need to be replaced. Other than that, there's really not much in the way of damage. It could just be the power supply is dead. Some signs of corrosion around Renaissance, which is never good, but that will all clean up with just a little bit of IPA. The HDMI port definitely needs replacing. Okay, that what looks like residue is just the thermal pads. We've got a little bit of corrosion there. Yeah, just a really good scrub on the board, and I think it'll probably work fine. I'll do some tests on the 12 and 5 volt rails, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. I think give everything a good scrub, clean it all up, and then we'll check the power supply.
I try to face my ego every second of the day. Time to recall the reason why I can't wash away. Memories from the past, stuck like a virus in my head. Sometimes I wish I just could leave those wasted years behind. When the twilight falls, I can see the ray of light, like a distant call. I realize you are the reason. Can't forget those wasted years. I realize you are the reason.
power supply. Pop that to one side. Yeah, we got no 5-volt output on the power supply. In fact, we've got absolutely nothing on the power supply at all. Okie dokie. Well, let's have a look inside. Let's see if we can see anything. Power supplies are very, very dangerous, ladies and gents. They can and will do some serious damage. So, don't follow anything you see here. I'm not a power supply technician. I know absolutely nothing about power supplies. Most of the time, I just take a look because I'm intrigued. Sometimes I'm able to fix them, but most of the time, I just replace it. So, if you hurt yourself opening a power supply based on something I do, that is not my problem. You have been warned. I hate getting into these as well. So basically the capacitors in these can carry a charge for, well, days, even weeks after you unplug them. And some of the capacitors in here can hold up to 450 volts. So it is not recommended to fuck around. Especially with a metal screwdriver. If you have absolutely any doubt or you're in the slightest bit nervous, don't freaking open them, alright? Ever. Right. Okay, let's test the input fuse first. Input fuse is blown. Yeah, the input fuse is blown. Why has the input fuse blown? Who's hurt you, Mr. Power Supply? Who has hurt you? Let's have a look around the board, see if we can see anything. Let's just make sure we haven't got any voltage on the cap, just in case I've made a mistake of some sort. No, this power supply is completely safe to work on. Okay, let's have a look around the board. Let's see if we can see anything. What would have caused that power supply, that fuse to fail? So here's the fuse. As you can see, or as you will see, in continuity mode, we're meant to get a beep on a fuse. And we do not. We do not get a beep at all. So, why has that fuse blown? Just looking for any kind of indicator here, but I'm not seeing any. I wonder if it's blown literally just because of the water damage. It could well have done. I mean, let's say for example it was plugged in when liquid was spilt inside. That could have shorted something out, causing the fuse to blow instantly. That is possible. I'm not seeing any kind of damage, any kind of sign as to what would cause it to blow, to be honest. Alright, let me just tack it down like that. And like that. And there we go. You don't need flux for through hole. Right, I repeat, I do not recommend faffing around with these power supplies. Right, I am going to turn off this cable. I'm going to make sure that's dead, and I don't recommend doing this either because this is fucking dangerous as well. Yeah, 7 volts is dead. So I can do that because then I can plug this in without having to worry about it giving me a big ass fucking shock at 230 volts, and then I can switch it on. It didn't go bang. Now I know it's not going to explode in my face. See, I do follow some safety procedures sometimes, but yeah, now I know it's not going to explode in my face. I can plug it into the console because now we're just dealing with 5 and 12 volts DC, not 230 volts, or well, potentially up to 400 volts. And we still do not have 5 volts, and that is, I think, pretty much as far as I'm willing to go with a power supply, because I don't know enough about them. I do not know enough about them to work on it. It's probably blown that fuse again, so yeah, it actually hasn't blown the fuse again. Strange. Right, now I've got to be fucking careful, alright? Wait, what? 0 volts AC? It's blown my fucking fuse, you motherfucker. Now I've got to find a 3 amp fuse. Keeping the rest of my hand well clear. I think it's just blown another fuse. Yeah, I've got a feeling that's just blown another fucking fuse. Which means that power supply is definitely unsafe, if that's the case. Oh, that's blown. That's blown. Yeah, it's blew another fuse. That power supply is going. Yeah, not using that power supply ever. It's that's blowing like actual fuses, as in like that's blowing these fuses. So what's causing it? I don't know. Do I want to know? No. There is a working power supply for testing. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to buy some 3 amp fuses tomorrow, I think. Just so I've got some. Probably buy a pack of 10 or something like that. So I need to rebuild this console now.
If you go out and see your friends, I don't mind waiting half the night of being alone. I'm alright here on my own. But when you come home drunk, well after 4 a.m. and pass out in the hallway without saying hello, my patience starts running low. I wish you spent the night at home. We could party on our own. And I've always been in love with you. From now on, I hope you will be true. And I'll be here and ready. My love is standing steady for you. I'm never letting go.
There we go. She's back together, fully reassembled. Now the true question is, does it work? Yeah, so I haven't got any more 3 amp fuses immediately to hand, and I really can't be bothered to find one. But a 5 amp fuse will be fine for tonight. That one's good, so I'll put that into that cable. Well, I heard the fizz. It does. And it's fucking silent. It's absolutely silent. I can feel the fan's running, but that works. It was just a power supply. Damn, I'll never get that lucky. Well, I'll say it was just a power supply. Is it going to actually boot up? Yes. Boom. Haha. Wow, I never get that lucky. I need to go grab a micro USB cable because Sarah keeps nicking to charge a stupid speaker. Right. Place your bet. What firmware is it going to be on? 7.02. It's exploitable. 7.02. Hell yeah. Let me download that. Ha! That's a win. Boom. There we go. That is working. Let's just make sure the disk drive works. It's got to be FIFA, hasn't it? It's got to be FIFA that we test. Oh, that's as smooth as a baby's bum. Oh, that goes in beautifully. This console's freaking mint. There we go, and it works as well. One completely working 7.02 PS4. Look at that. That disk drive is mint. This console has barely been used, if at all. What a win. I will take it.